be joined by Nick Boyd from FAU, starting point guard, Final Four. I mean, the list goes on and on, Nick. Welcome to the show. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I appreciate you having me. A pleasure. And I know this is like one of the first episodes, so, it's a big first one, and I'm here to set the tone.
Let's set it right away, man, because I want to start with the Final Four, man. I'm a FAU alum as well, so this is so everybody knows. Yeah. And that tournament run last year was nothing like we've ever seen. I've been alum since 2005. That's 18 years. Y'all made history, man.
You said 2005?
2005, man.
Nah, yeah, we did make history. Crazy run. Definitely good for the city. Good for the state. Good for our university. Gave us a lot of momentum for this year. It was just crazy, magical run. Just something we really worked hard for. We really put our heads down and, as a unit, just went to work. And, we looked up and we was at the biggest stage and we were prepared. And unfortunately, it didn't really go our way. But, now we're here in the new season and we're ready to get busy.
It is a new season, and we've already been seeing how y'all been rocking this year. It's looking good. What are the expectations for this season?
There's a lot of expectations, I feel like, on the outside. I feel like as a team, we kind of let it creep in a little bit. We had a little slip up not too long ago, but I think it just really refocused us as a group. When you make it on the biggest stage and nobody really expects you to do so, you kind of creep up on people. But now we have a target on our back, so, it's just a different level of focus that we need. And, the expectations are high, but, we kind of just relax now, and we feel like if we just do it as a team, we'll look up and we'll be right where we want to be.
Right. Now, just looking at some of your past, I did a little research before podcast today, and you have high expectations of yourself, right?
No doubt.
And I heard that in the Final Four game, you told Coach May, "Hey, I got it."
Yeah.
In the Memphis game, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the Memphis game.
It was the Memphis game, first round, man. So what was going through your head, man?
Man, honestly, I don't know. As a team, we were real unselfish. We don't have no ego. Whatever coach draws up is what we're gonna do. And for some reason in that moment, I don't know why, it just makes the story greater. But I was feeling like, Coach, let me get the ball. I told him, yo, Coach, let me get it. Then I walked to the huddle like, man, let me calm down, man. We don't need all that right now. And then, I was like, we were in the huddle. Coach came back. The coaches do a little huddle as well in the timeout before they come to the main huddle. And when he came back and he said, hey, Nick, the ball's going to you right here in the corner. I'm like, oh, snap. I got to get ready. I don't know what I just got myself into. So, I don't know what got into me. Some type of confidence that just, I've been working for, and it just felt right. And I got the ball in the corner, and, it could have went either way. I could have missed that shot and been the laughing stock of South Florida, or I could have made it, and, we make a great run.
Like you stepped up and hit that probably the biggest shot in the school history, right?
Man, probably in my career. Yeah. I haven't hit a game winner ever until that
Wow,
day.
For real?
Yeah, ever.
I thought looking at that's just your role. That's what you do.
I really haven't been able to been in that situation as much. That was my first time, and it was crazy. And man, still give me chills.
So when you hit a shot like that, how does it change for you, for FAU going forward after that? What's it like now?
Now, it's definitely changed for us. We definitely have a lot more buzz. Even after the game, it was funny because it was different for us. We coming from Boca, FAU, small school kind of in a sense. We have a decent sized campus, but after every game, we would just go to our phones and our followers are going crazy, and we like, dang, this is what it's like to be in March Madness. So, after we kept winning, 1,000 followers,
wow.
Each game, each round, and people commenting and stuff like that, showing love. So when they say that tournament is really the greatest thing in basketball, it probably is, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah,
now those probably followers have also turned into opportunities.
No doubt
for a lot of y'all, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of opportunities,
yeah, I'm here today. FAU put me in this position just to, our team. March Madness has put a lot of opportunities on the table for all of us. We've been able to take advantage of NIL and stuff like that. Even help our families out. I know there's some guys on the team whose family, need help, and they're able to do that through opportunities like this or, different NIL opportunities. So March Madness has been a good blessing for ourselves, our family, and the university.
So speaking of NILs, how do you put yourself, for younger kids that are maybe in high school and or trying to look, how do you put yourself in a position to really, get looked at or take advantage of NIL stuff?
I think for us, I can only really speak on our situation. I think we just do things as a team. And I mean, I think at a lot of universities it's really individual. One guy gets all the love, gets all the shots, gets all the NIL. Whereas here, I mean, we're a team, and first you got to win.
Right.
Nobody
winning carries everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That carries everything. But I feel like the recipe to winning is just being on a team together. And I feel like the situation we have at our team and our university is we win together. Deals and opportunities are together. And, you know, we're just proud of that. So I say, you know, just be a team guy, win. And I think the deals will come in, no problem.
Okay, man. Now, obviously, Coach May has some kind of sauce too.
Yeah,
that
no doubt.
you know he's cooking
Yeah.
with y'all. How does he manage to kind of keep everyone's ego in check? I mean, because y'all were all great players in high school, and now you're on the next level. So how does he manage to do that?
I think he has no ego himself. I mean, when you're led by somebody who's just so humble and really puts everybody before themselves, especially at the top guy. Like, I mean, I think this goes for any business, any team, anybody. Like, when the guy who's the leader and the top guy, and he's supposed to be the guy who's supposed to tell everybody what to do, puts everybody before himself, people respect that, and they respond to that. And I feel like Coach May does a great job just always putting his ego to the side and just being so humble that, I mean, you do anything for him and you feel the love. And I think he just treats us as people before players. Truly, whether you have a good or bad game, Coach May will always have a good conversation with you. And, I mean, I know at some universities it's probably like you have a bad game and you kind of hiding away from Coach because you don't know what he's going to say. But, I mean, Coach treats you the same whether you have success or you didn't play your best. So, I mean, when you have a relationship with somebody like that, you do whatever for them.
Yeah, man. It speaks a lot that nobody left after last year in the portal.
No doubt. You seen that, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I heard there was some crazy offers.
It was some crazy offers for some people. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna speak too much on it. We're gonna keep that.
I mean, we talking about crazy offers out there. It
was crazy.
And nobody left.
Nobody left. I mean, I just seen an interview actually this morning. I think it was by Jeff Goodman, the guy who's hosting the tournament for us. How he said after the Final Four, when we were in the locker room, this still gives me chills because just thinking about it, everybody was like, man, we coming back. We coming back. That was the first thing we said. And he said in his interview and stuff like that, how he was trying to tell us to calm down. Like, you have emotion, you make decisions like, see what you got. And in his head, he's like, man, these guys got to calm down because they don't know what they're going to have. But we're like, nah, we coming back. We coming back. And I feel like we said that since day one. We had conversations with Coach prior, and we said, Coach, if you're here, we're here. And this is something we built, and we're going to keep building and make it an empire.
Man, that's amazing. And a lot of people were nervous, like even me as a fan, not just for the players, but Coach, when you do that, you got Coach big schools looking at you.
Coach
I'm sure what schools approached you, man?
Man, it was a bunch. It was like a bunch of schools that was just reaching out to us. I mean, I kind of shut it down from the jump. I didn't want to leave Florida, especially this beautiful city we in, Boca Raton. It's beautiful out there, and then just the family environment we have. And I feel like there's nobody else like Coach May in the country. Just the way he maneuvers and the way he acts towards his players, it's hard to find. And you don't want to pass that up just for a little bit of money or a nicer gym or something, materialistic stuff. It's really about relationships and holding true value.
The camaraderie, because, I'm sure a lot of y'all want to play at the next level, right?
I think that's our cheat code too. I mean, when you talk about FAU basketball, you just see team guys who just want to win, no matter what it takes, who it is. Not like guys trying to take step backs or do between the legs and cross somebody up. Not really make highlights,
showboating and all that. Yeah, y'all.
Thank you. Just making winning plays. And I feel like for us, we're undersized guys or guys who overlooked. And I feel like that's our secret to make our dreams come true. Just playing the right way and playing to win.
Yeah. So speaking of being overlooked, I mean, you had to go to a prep year in Indiana, right? And tell us a story about how Coach May discovered you in Indiana.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So what's funny is Jonell Nelly, he was 15 minutes away from me in Indiana, and I didn't even know him. But I always heard about this kid, like, man, this is a kid up the street going for 50 every night. He was getting buckets in high school. Like, he was crazy. So Coach May actually went to his practice and then came to my practice. And I was doing prep. He was still in high school, so it was like we didn't play against each other, but it was right there. And when Coach actually came to my practice, I really didn't know what FAU was. So it was like, oh, what's going on, Coach? Like, and we kind of kept it moving. But then after, like, a couple months later, he ended up calling me, or one of the assistants called me. Coach Kim was like, "Yeah, we want to offer you, man." Da, da, da. I'm like, "All right, bet." And the next day they flew out to see my game. So I'm like, "Dang, these guys really do. They do serious about me. They do like me." And then I think it was COVID had hit, and Coach May was like the first coach that actually FaceTimed me. So I'm talking to Coach on FaceTime. I'm like, "Man, I like this guy. Like, he seems real down to earth." And then after that, I was like, "It's in Boca. The campus is beautiful. I always wanted to go to Florida. I'm from New York.
Yeah,
I'm going. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna work my butt off to get opportunity on the court. I don't care what the situation is. I like the campus and the coach. I'm gonna go."
So did you do a visit before?
No virtual because of COVID, man. It was crazy. Wow. Yeah, those times was crazy.
Man, so you just unseen and was like, "I'm going here." But you had other people interested, right?
I had some other schools like JMU, Buffalo, Akron. A bunch of mid-majors were interested, but it was just like Boca that just like, man, I seen the palm trees on FaceTime. I'm like,
"Oh, yeah, that's sweet."
Wait, Miami 40 minutes away?
I'm in there, right?
I'm in there. Nah, but it was just the right situation, man, and just how down-to-earth coach was that really drew my attention.
So you a redshirt junior.
Yeah, redshirt. They call me sophomore. But this is my third season. So
third season. Yeah. So you have another 2 years to play?
Yeah, 2 years. I'm going to play this year, but 2 years.
You might be going to the league.
I don't want to be too. I don't want to be too old in college. So I'm gonna be here as long as I can.
Okay.
And, just keep reaping the benefits and blessings.
That's amazing.
No doubt.
So we talked about NIL, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about the portal. Yeah. How, in your opinion, how has that changed college sports?
It's different. It's like the NBA nowadays. It's like guys just going places just for the money. I can't blame them. A lot of people's families need help and stuff like that. So,
so is it like a pay-for-play thing now?
I feel like it's like that. I mean, yeah, I think so, in my opinion. And I think that's why everybody thought we were going to leave, because we would be so, drawn by the money and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely in the direction of just pay for play. Come here, we'll give you money, and come play.
Because I heard of crazy numbers. It was a college.
It's crazy. It's guys out here touching
millions, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, on the average, like an average guy could touch like $200K.
Wow.
Easy.
I mean, that could set them up for a lot of things, right?
No doubt. I mean, so that's why I can't really blame you. But at the same time, I mean, loyalty and what we built from the bottom here, like from the bottom, it's meant so much more to me than just some money. Because I really believe in myself and I believe in my team that one day we'll be able to achieve those dreams of reaching.
Already hanging the Final Four banner, man, in the arena. So.
Right, exactly. So I mean, when it comes to this stuff, I just like to bet on myself, and I don't really value money like that, where it can consume my life, and I just think it's gonna come.
Now, when I talk to anybody about Nick, man, the first thing they tell me, man, he's so humble. He's a great character. I mean, that's obviously a testament to your parents and your family, right? Yeah. Can you speak a little bit about your family?
Man, I mean, my mom, like, she's still working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, she works hard. I think she really just inspires me to stay in the gym since a young age. She always told me to never quit. Like, it was days where, like, I might have been running to basketball practice, baseball practice, and soccer practice. But she like, if you signed up, you got to finish it. And I feel like that at a young age was important. I feel like nowadays, a lot of people just quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if coach didn't play me, coach didn't do this, just quit. And for myself, I was in situations where coaches didn't play me. I was very short in middle school and pretty much till my junior year of high school. And there was times where, like, my mom could have easily said, "Oh, he don't want to play you? Man, that's coach's fault, man. Let's quit." But she never let me do that. And I love her for that, because that's just different.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to experience that, and I feel like that's important. But, I mean, my mom works hard. My dad works hard. He's from the Bronx. So he came from nothing, and just instilled that toughness in me. And then just my sisters, always being around them, I want to provide for them and just take care of them one day. So, I mean, I feel like I just got a bunch of motivation around me, and I just want to take care of them one day, hopefully.
Man, that's love. That's like everybody's kid's dream. Take care of their parents one day.
For you, man, how it feel to be able to provide for your people and stuff?
Man, I always, in my head, I always wanted to be able to take care of my nieces and nephews, you know, and not have them struggle for anything or opportunities, resources. And just by God's grace, I'm able to do a little bit of that. It's not as much as I want to do, right? But it's, you know, it's a little bit that I can do for them. So it's an amazing feeling, man. There's nothing better.
Man, one day we're going to show. No doubt. But
now, I read that your family came out big because obviously the Madison Square Garden hosts the Sweet 16, and then even in Ohio you had family there. How was that? How did that make you feel, man?
And that's just like another moment. Me and my mom, when I was younger, we loved basketball and sports. I mean, I have a sports family, and we would sit on the couch and just watch March Madness. I get home from school, I run home, my mom working. She comes out, who's playing? Comes out the door. You know, she worked from home and she had a job. So, you know, just having them front row at a March Madness game, for me, I mean, that was a dream come true. Just a blessing. And then just even having them at the Final Four was just different. I mean, they was right behind the bench. I mean, the Final Four, like we come in the living room as a family to watch that, you know what I'm saying? And now we here watching it in person. And I'm playing in it, and they calling my name in the starting lineup, you know, and I'm able to make plays. It's surreal, like. And I have the videos in my phone, and I go through them every now and then. So, I mean, for my family, I'm pretty sure they was so proud of me. But it's like a full circle moment because, you know, my family and I was on the couch watching these games all the time. And to be able to actually, like, it's different when you're a part of it. You know what I'm saying? It actually means something. Have it mean something for my family and have their name on my back. It was beautiful. It was a blessing.
You representing well for the Boyds, right?
That's all.
And the Hills. Right?
And the Hills, too. He doing his research. He doing his research.
Yeah, man. We like to just take a minute real quick, though, to thank our sponsors of the show today, the Darfur Law Firm and Content Factory as well.
At the end of the day, I want to help people recover. I want to help people get from point A to point B with ease, and they can continue their life and rebuild their life and get them the compensation that they deserve. My name is Attorney Kwaku Darfur of the Darfur Law Firm, PA. We're located at 100 Southeast 3rd Avenue, downtown Fort Lauderdale. Anytime you've been hurt in someone's property or hurt by someone else, contact us. That's what we do. You can reach us at 754-812-8444 or toll free at 1-833-DARFUR.
So, Nick, this year the schedule looks way different than it did last year, man. And so far, y'all have been holding your own, beating Texas A&M. That was ranked when you played them. A good Butler team, and you have upcoming Charleston, and then in Christmas you take on Arizona.
Man, I mean the schedule was loaded. The one thing about Coach May, he not ducking nobody. I mean, Coach, we always want to play this type of schedule just to prepare us. To be honest, I don't think in the early years of myself being here, we were really ready for these type of games. But, I mean, now the time has come, and we didn't want to have this run and start ducking the big names and stuff like that. And I feel like people still don't really respect us. You know, they don't really believe what we did. They think it's a fluke. So, I mean, now we get to showcase it. It's fun.
Right. Now, so what did the opponents say to y'all, like, this year now on the court after that Final Four?
I mean, you could tell us a little bit more respect than last year, but I feel at the same time, like, people think we soft because we from Boca, FAU, you know, little FAU. And I'm pretty sure a lot of teams were calling the coaches like, man, we want to play because at the same time we're ranked, and if they lose, it's like, you lost her ranked team. But if they beat us, it's like, these guys, you know what I'm saying?
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Exactly. Huh? So it is what it is. The schedule looks great. We get an opportunity to test ourselves and showcase on the highest level. That's what's most important to me.
I mean, that's probably what every high-level athlete wants, is to play the best.
No doubt. I mean, we going to MSG. Like, it don't get better than that.
We can't wait for that one, right? The Jimmy V Classic. You probably grew up watching that, right?
Man, like I said, me and my mom, I have a sports family. My uncle used to coach in the Garden all the time, Big East tournament. We was in the Garden every single year till about I started playing AAU ball in about 11th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you're from New York, right?
From New York. MSG is special. And last year in MSG, we was there for a week straight, and we took care of business, and we're looking to do this. So this next time.
Right. Now, your opponents that you be playing at Illinois, you know anything about them? Or
I heard they're physical. I mean, I watched them play Kansas. Big physical team. It's going to be a tough challenge for us. I mean, we're undersized, but if we do what we're supposed to do and come with the right mindset, I think we have a chance to beat anybody. But they're definitely a great team, and it's going to be a tough test for us. So we got to get ready.
And I mean, size hasn't been a really problem for y'all.
No
Last year, you played bigger teams, and y'all play really together and make sure that you overcome the size thing. What's the strategy like? All right, we know you're undersized, and you're playing against 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". Like, how do you combat that?
Man, I think it's just like having discipline in terms of boxing out. I mean, I feel like that's a lost art in the game of basketball. But I mean, every single time, if you watch our film, and we play those bigger teams, we getting blockouts, they call it, every single time to get the rebounds. That's what it comes down to in basketball nowadays. The extra possessions, like when we played Texas A&M, they beat us on the glass. Thankfully, Elijah and Ellie ain't missed a shot that game. And the other guys stepped up. But like that game against Tennessee in the Garden last year, we out rebounded them. Kansas State, we out rebounded because when you break that film down, you see us always getting a hit on the bigger guys.
Yeah, and Tennessee had trees, man. They had big guys.
You seen it.
Yeah.
You gonna see it on when we play Tuesday
in the Garden.
See courtside because it's a little different. I mean, you see the teams we play at home, and you're gonna see Illinois. I'm like, dang, these dudes huge. And they really be. It's just about discipline though. At the end of the day.
Yeah, boxing out, making sure you do that, rotate and help your teammate out and all that, right?
Exactly, and you gotta have 5 guys
who are willing to put their body on their line and sacrifice.
Exactly, and I feel like we had that. So I mean, we're able to take that next step. And when it comes to offense, we just do what we do. It's kind of hard to guard us.
I hit buckets.
Yeah, a lot of threes.
Everybody can shoot, right?
Yeah,
Everybody.
A lot of threes.
Last game, man, Elijah went off. Vlad always goes off.
And then we got
Greenlee.
Vlad inside Greenlee.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, Vlad been amazing recently. I mean, he's a cheat code down there now for us. I mean, we could throw that in there. I feel like left
hook, right hook.
Last year we didn't do that enough. This year we starting to get to it, so we're going to keep going.
It looks so easy for him, man.
I don't know. He's been working, though. Vlad, the first time I ever met him, let me tell you the story. I came off a flight from New York. It was in the summertime. We was on break, and it was like we had a couple of days before we started practicing. And I was like, I heard we got some new guys. Okay, it's going into my second year. And I get off the plane. It's like 10:30. I'm like, man, let me go to the gym and just shoot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing better to do. I go in there. I see this 7'1" dude. I'm like, yo, who is this? He's on the gun. I'm like, yo, Vlad, what you doing there? I'm like, I didn't know his name, but I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, what you doing? Like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, he has an accent.
Yeah, right.
And then he like, I'm like, yo, what you doing in the gym like this late? I'm like, especially for big man, like big man don't work like that.
Like, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you need a ride home? Nah, I'm gonna sleep here.
In the gym.
I'm like, yo,
you gonna sleep in the gym?
He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, this dude different.
Oh,
and ever since then, I mean, Vlad does whatever for the team. Like,
he dominates down there, man. Like he can post up, go left, go right.
It's easy.
It looks like it's coming to him naturally, man.
It's easy. Yeah, he works hard. So I mean, he deserves all the love and attention and the buckets he get, no doubt.
Yeah, you ever thought about visiting Russia with him?
One day, I hope so. I'm not opposed to really traveling like that. I know you do a lot of traveling. I'm not really opposed to traveling, but I think I have to wait until I'm a little bit older to really start traveling. I don't know. It's not really like that important to me. Maybe I need to try it like outside the country and stuff like that. Well, like, I don't know. You got to tell me about that.
You ever been outside the country?
Nah, I haven't.
Okay, man.
You gotta put me on.
I'll put you on, man. You gotta come to Ghana with me, man. You know?
You gotta put me on. I don't really know too much, so
y'all gonna get it. I'm sure y'all gonna have a tournament.
Something
outside the country or something like that.
I think next year actually we might. So that would be
Bahamas fun. And Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah. So, you have 2 more years left. I mean, and then what?
Man, 2 more years. Definitely want to win this year. Do something special. I mean, it's like the last year that we have with a lot of the guys. So, I mean, I want to do it big and do it the right way and go out the right way. And the following year, again, just keep winning. And then I feel like as long as I keep winning, the future will take care of itself, whether that's wherever. I'm definitely going to work my butt off to achieve my dream of going to the NBA. Cannot sell myself short with that. So, I mean, these next 2 years, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to stay in the gym, and then I'm going to leave with no regrets. And I hope I'm a champ. I'm already a champ, but I hope I got some more champs.
Yeah, I can see that coming, man. But have you ever thought about, like, post-basketball? I mean, what does Nick Boys look like after basketball?
I like fashion a lot. my brother, he has a fashion brand, clothing brand called We Don't Relate, and I think I'm really into fashion. So I think I'm definitely gonna get into coaching because I feel like that's my calling really, like just connecting with people and motivating people and inspiring others. I feel like that's really.
I mean, you fly, so I can see the fashion too.
I like the fashion too, but I feel like my real calling is coaching. So I definitely want to get into coaching, but at the same time, I love fashion. I mean, I try.
What's your major? What are you studying?
I'm doing sociology right now.
Okay.
So I mean, it's nothing really crazy. Kind of just wanted to get my degree in the beginning. I'm kind of mad at myself a little bit because I should have picked something a little better, but it is what it is. I want to get good grades, get my degree, and I just want to probably get into coaching after basketball.
And you also like academic honor roll?
Yeah. I actually got student of the month.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been.
Congrats,
doing all right.
man.
Yeah, it's a big achievement. Nah.
So you a scholar?
I'm trying. I'm all right. I'm not. I'm all right. It's hard with the schedule and stuff like that, but I try to get it done as much as possible. So
yeah, y'all always on the road, man.
Yeah, I mean, when we was in March Madness, to be honest, it was hard to get work done, but the school was just so great, helping us out and making sure we could make some things up. So that was great.
Yeah. Now FAU hasn't had like a sports tradition for a long time.
Right.
So how is Brian White and how are they developing in Addentown? What do you see like happening there?
Even at the games, they done a great job with even just the lights that they got.
The gym is different.
It makes it different, right? Like the lights when they get to play with them and stuff like that. Definitely that. I mean, I feel like the AD he's willing to do whatever to make the program better, make the sports in general better. Like I said, the lights, the stuff they do throughout the game and stuff like that. The way they have the people coming around with food and drinks and stuff like that to sell that, it makes it more like a professional feel and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like they've done a lot. I mean, just with the game experience and just making sure that the students stand up throughout the whole game, and they've been great. So
yeah,
they've done a good job so far.
It's definitely a different experience than when I was at FAU, man.
Tell us about it. Tell us,
man. It was night and day, man. I mean, we had one year that we went to the tournament and we lost in the first round. That was 2002 team.
Yeah, I remember that.
And since then, FAU's never been in a tournament. So the basketball team was an afterthought, really. Yeah. The football team was where a lot of the focus was going. And I feel like now I tell people we're a basketball school.
We took it. We wanted to make it a basketball school. I mean, I came in with Elijah, Jonell, and Giancarlo Rosado, and we used to all live together, and we would just sit just like this in the living room, like, man, we gotta fix this. We gotta make this a basketball school, and we stood on that, and we're gonna keep standing on that, and we're gonna keep winning and doing it the right way.
And people know when I wear the hat now in the airport. Right? Yeah, like FAU. I'm like, okay,
it's a good feeling though. It feels good. I ain't gonna lie. Like when that started happening to us, I'm like, dang, people really pay attention. It's just a good feeling. It's like something you have pride in, and I feel like that's what this university starting to get with fans who have real serious passion and love for the school. Yeah.
Now, we have like a little tradition that every guest asks the next guest one question for that next guest to answer. And since you're the first guest, we don't have a question for you. Right, but what question would you like to ask our next guest?
Let me think. Give me like 2 seconds. I bet. If there was one thing. My question is, if there was one thing in your life that was a turning point, what was it? And how did it change things for the better or for the worse? And what did you learn from it?
Okay.
I like that.
Can you answer that question?
Man, turning point in my life, I feel like there was, I feel like we all have some turning points. Like, I feel like my junior year of high school, I broke my leg. And it was a long recovery. I just started throughout high school I was short, so I switched schools a couple times just to get an opportunity to really play. And when I finally switched schools, I started having a little bit of success. I started growing so crazy. I was went from 5'4" to 5'10" to 6'1" in that junior year, and I was having a good season. My first time, it was a small school in Jersey, and I was averaging 14 points. And then towards the end of the year, I just broke my leg. And I was done. And it was just when everything was starting to click for me, I'm like, okay, maybe I could play college ball. I wasn't even thinking about D1, anything. I was like, maybe I could just play college ball, D2, maybe D3. And I broke my leg, and I was like, it just like kind of like shut me down. I was on the couch for like months, and I actually started like getting into music and trying to rap. So I was like, man, I'm like, I don't know if basketball is gonna be for me. I don't know how I'm gonna be when I come back from this injury. But I think that that just locked me in. Like, man, you know what? I gotta go for it. I gotta work hard, and I was just so hungry because I was just sitting out for so long, and it just like it woke something up in me, you know.
And that was your junior year.
Yeah, that was my junior year.
I heard you came back as a senior. You were the second in scoring in the state.
Crazy.
So you came back a monster.
I came back. It woke something up in me. I'm like, I got to get it right. And I say also, I believe this year, my senior year, my grandfather had passed away. And it was somebody who I looked up to when it came to sports and stuff like that. So I feel like that was like the second turning point in my life. Because I never really lost anybody in my life like that as close to me. And it kind of really like, you know what, I got to do this for him. And it's all plan A, no plan B. I'm going D1. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm going to work my butt off every single day. So, yeah, I feel like those two moments, it was like a turning point in my life when my leg was kind of like, dang, like I'm down. It was like, man, this is horrible. But, you know, in hindsight, it was a great thing for me because it woke something up. And then my grandfather passing away, it made me put all my eggs in one basket and just really just bet on myself and say, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to go hard.
And you've done well. You've made them proud.
So I appreciate that.
And we wish you the best of luck throughout the rest of the season, coming back from your injury with the team. Hopefully y'all go to the Final Four and the final this year, all the way, get that ring. And thank you for joining us as a host on the Up Close podcast today, man. Good luck.
No, it's love.
All right, love,
appreciate
man.
You.